Hey there, and welcome to 2019, which essentially looks like 2018 as far as companies and their thoughts on commercial viability, where many of them decide that putting on the cloak of progressivism and telling you that we need to fight masculinity or some other form of progressive nonsense, yeah, that's the way to play. And here we are with Gillette. I mean, you can see their new advertisement campaign. This is their website. They decided they would talk about the best men can be. And this statement, I think it really tells you about where the company is trying to go as far as messaging is concerned. 30 years ago, we launched our The Best a Man Can Get tagline. Since then, it has been an aspirational statement reflecting standards that many men strive to achieve. But turn on the news today, and it's easy to believe that men are not at their best. Many find themselves at a crossroad caught between the past and a new era of masculinity. Why it is clear that changes are needed, where and how we can start to affect that change is less obvious for many. And when the changes needed seem so monumental, it can feel daunting to begin. So let's do it together. It's time we acknowledge that brands like ours play a role in influencing culture. Isn't that interesting that they're telling you that basically we are cultural influencers? We see ourselves in this model. We can go out and we can affect change in a specific way. This kind of stuff, we see this as beyond positive marketing strategy. We actually see ourselves as the shapers of tomorrow, continuing. And as a company that encourages men to be their best, we have a responsibility to make sure we are promoting positive, attainable, inclusive, and healthy versions of what it means to be a man. With that in mind, we have spent the last few months taking a hard look at our past and coming communication and reflecting on the types of men and behaviors we want to celebrate. We're inviting all men along this journey with us to strive to be better, to make us better, and to help each other be better. Now, it's interesting that men have actually talked about what they thought about this, but of course, Gillette, they know better. They know better indeed. But continuing on, from today on, we pledge to actively challenge the stereotypes and expectations of what it means to be a man everywhere you see Gillette. In the ads we run, the images we publish to social media, the words we chose, and so much more. As part of the Best a Man Can Be campaign, Gillette is committed to donate $1 million per year for the next 3 years to nonprofit organizations executing programs in the United States designed to inspire, educate, and help men of all ages achieve their personal quote-unquote best and become role models for the next generation. Our tagline needs to continue to inspire us all to be better every day and to help create a new standard for boys to admire and for men to achieve, because the boys of today are the men of tomorrow. We've all got work to do, and it starts today. Gillette, the best a man can get. Wow, that is pretty cringy. And you know what? It's funny to go out and to see the response to this, not from the people that buy things, but from the people out there that want you to buy into marketing strategy. You have websites like this, Pop Sugar, and if you're like, why exactly are you highlighting Pop Sugar? Well, this is one of those websites that so many portals decided that they would build up from nothing to some type of viability because they were woke enough when the elections came around. So this is the messaging that they want to send. They put this in family. Pop Sugar, family. Gillette, the best men can be commercial 2019. Parents, you won't regret asking your sons to watch this Gillette commercial with you. Isn't that lovely? Parents, you should have them watch this with you. And looking at what they're saying here, it's pretty short, but look at this. Is this the best a man can get? Long gone are the days of the excuse that boys will be boys. Instead, parents are encouraged to hold their sons to a higher standard, as highlighted by Gillette's powerful new commercial. Over 30 years ago, a razor brand adopted the tagline, the best a man can get. Decades later, it's time to encourage men not only to get the best, but to be the best they can be. In the era of #MeToo, Gillette emphasizes the dangers of toxic masculinity through its ads. It encourages men to speak up for women and one another instead, because the boys watching today will be the men of tomorrow. Watch that emotional commercial above and get some tissues nearby just in case. My freaking God, that is literally an ad out of a place. Get those tissues ready because this is going to move you. Man, yep, that journey into masculinity already. I can see it developing into something that's going to be wonderful. I'm going to get my tissues ready indeed. So let's check this ad out together. So here is that wonderful, wonderful ad. And if you're wondering how that ad did, by the way, when you're getting ready to watch it, well, here's a few numbers on it. So you have 2,927,491 views. Well, that's pretty good view counts. But when you look at the up to down ratio, 38,000 upvotes. I mean, man, and 255,000 downvotes. In fact, closing in on 256,000 downvotes. And I'm pretty sure that as people start waking up to some of the things that have came up in the last few days, yeah, there's going to be more. So let's check this out together. Starting.
Bullying.
The Me Too movement against sexual harassment.
Masculinity.
Is this the best a man can get?
Oh man, you see that. You know, the image of the past ripped through with guys chasing another guy down the block because they're going to beat them. And really, look at the imagery that you get right after this.
Is it?
Freak. Oh man, and look. Oh, that kid is so distraught. Terrible, terrible stuff.
It's likely happening here in bullying as well. A problem.
We can't hide.
Everyone hates you. Loser. Sissy. Oh, man. The worst in the world, isn't it? They're running through this home, too, smashing up stuff. Because, of course, you know, masculinity equals bullying.
Sexual harassment is taking over.
It's been going on far too long. We can't laugh it off.
So now, of course, shows that go out and make fun of the worst nature that people have, you know, shows like sitcoms, like they just showed there, are they trying to uphold that type of behavior when you go in and you do that, or are they making fun of a character? I mean, that's something that really I think is lost on a lot of people these days. Continuing on.
Who's the daddy?
What I actually think she's trying to say.
Making the same old excuses.
So the boardroom there, they're saying, you know, hey, that one female out there, that one female is going to be bullied. You know, it's very interesting because the place I work is mostly female. You have mostly female leadership, and they actually do a great job. I've worked at places with mostly male leadership. They've done a good job. There are people out there that, of course, are not reflective of that, and that is not gendered. That's the thing that places like this cannot get through their mind, that anyone out there can take advantage of power situations.
Boys will be boys.
Boys will be boys.
Boys will be boys.
But
Boys will be boys. Boys will be boys. I swear. They make it sound like, you know, when the people throw that statement out there, that they're excusing the worst of behavior. That's always how that's portrayed, too. That it's an excuse for the worst of behavior. You had two kids that were basically, you know, they were wrestling around. That were actually fighting with one another in that. And, yeah, that's the worst behavior you could ever have. Got to stop that. They should have been getting together and painting one another's nails.
something finally changed.
Allegations regarding
The freaking Young Turks, of all things. Oh, Anna Kasparian. Yeah, the same person that went out telling people that she was better than them, females, that she was better than them. Yeah, perfect role model for that. I definitely want the Young Turks going out and telling me what men should be.
sexual assault and sexual harassment.
But she says
And there will be no going back. Because we believe in the best in men.
Men need to hold other men accountable.
Now, when Terry Crews talks about that, he's actually talking about being a victim. So I wonder, how does that work into this messaging here? Exactly what does Terry Crews reflect in that? Because Terry Crews would also have been somebody that had that mainstay reflection of masculinity. If you look at him portraying that on screen and on, that guy, yeah, he would actually be toxic here as well. So I wonder, exactly how does he work into messaging?
Smile, sweetie.
Come on.
To say the right thing. To act the right way.
Man, you don't need to hit on females anymore. You need to remember that. No more hitting on females in current year. You know, you need to keep your buddies in check. I like that message too.
Not cool?
Some already are. In ways big
Yo, men, we're acting like we're gonna shake it.
and small.
I am strong.
What's amazing is they're sending the message that parents in the past didn't actually teach their daughters to be strong, that men didn't teach their daughters to be strong. That is a terrible, terrible way of messaging that.
But some is not enough.
It's not how we treat each other, okay? Okay.
Because the boys watching today will be the men of tomorrow.
Man, that sent a cringe right down my spine. Were you moved by that? Because I definitely was moved to turn that off. And you know why I'm turning that off? Yeah, I forgot to put one of these out there to make sure that I too do my part in shaping the masculinity of tomorrow. Now, if you look at the response to this, you know, on a different platform, if you look at Twitter, you'll see 84,000 likes on that, 20,000 comments. They definitely got attention. If you go in and you look at those comments too, some of them are actually positive, but some of them are, hey, I'm not going to buy your crap anymore. Those 84,000 likes, yeah, you can go out, you can get up votes and down votes, but ultimately, voting is free. How do people speak when it comes to wallet? What kind of impact will this have? For myself, it has an impact. Well, I don't want to be preached to by a company trying to sell me razors. That's the craziest thing out there. A company deciding that they are standing at the summit. They are looking down at you, and they are preaching from on high. I don't personally want a company trying to decide what is best for society, telling me they are the shapers, because that ego, that reflection, yeah, it's an ugly one. It's one that says, in current year, we know better than you. We are not going to take your hand, and we're not going to walk forward letting you lead, because of course we are a company that you support. No, we know best. We're going to stand in the front, and well, if you don't follow, then you're a inner current year qualifier that isn't so nice. But anyhow, you tell me what you think. Also, if you like this kind of content, please consider supporting the channel. Like, sub, all of that wonderful stuff. Leave comments, because I like looking through comments. Also, if you're going to go out, you know, check out material, make sure to check it out, because there's always new material every day. But leave comments, and as always, I appreciate you showing up. Let's do it again soon.